Hey, what's going on there, guys? Nick here from Absolute MTG, and I'm back with another video for you. Today we are going to be taking a look at version 3.0 of my Magic the Gathering cube. For those of you guys that have seen the previous versions, the bulk of it's pretty much stayed the same, but we did switch some stuff out. Theros came out, so this is updated as far as Theros. And some stuff got swapped in, some stuff got swapped out, but ultimately we're going to take a look at it here today. For those of you guys that are unfamiliar with Cube, Cube is essentially just a collection of cards that's strategically put together that is intended to be used for limited plays. So stuff like drafting and sealed, but mainly drafting, where you're going to shuffle up all of the contents. Usually it's going to be at least 360 cards. And you shuffle everything up and you distribute 3 packs, or 6 packs if you're doing sealed, but 3 packs of 15 cards to players. Then you go around and you draft the cards and you build decks and you have some fun playing. The best thing about this is you get to construct the format. You get to choose the cards that are going to be used. You get to make the different archetypes, and you can kind of craft things to how you want them to actually be. So let's take a look at it. So we're going to work our way from the bottom right hand side, and we're going to go over to the left, up to the top, and back over to the right. So the first section is lands. So the lands, I want to say, pretty much stayed the same. I think I only added Mutavault, and I'm not sure entirely what I did to take it out, or what I took out to put it in. I ended up scrapping the cube and just redoing it from scratch, but we have Scalding Tarn, Arid Mesa, Verdant Catacombs, Misty, Rainforest, and Marsh Flats. So the Zendikar fetches, I don't have the Onslaught fetches in here yet. One of each of the shocks, so Watery Grave, Godless Shrine, Overgrown Tomb, Blood Crypt, Temple Garden, Steam Vents, Hallowed Fountain, Sacred Foundry, Breeding Pool, Stomping Ground, one of each of the Vivid lands, so Vivid Creek, Vivid Crag, Vivid Grove, Vivid Meadow, and Vivid Marsh, just for some mana fixing, just because you can remove the counters and add any color of mana. Works pretty much for a lot of different builds that you could draft in here. Mutavault, which I just mentioned, Grand Coliseum for being a rainbow land. There's a few rainbow lands that I have. Rupture Spire, another one, and Transguild Promenade, as well as City of Brass. I also have Maze of Ith. Now we're kind of getting into like the utility lands. Urborg, which is less of a utility land, making everything a swamp, but Urborg is here. We have Ancient Tomb for a little bit of acceleration. Academy Ruins to fetch back your artifacts, and Strip Mine to blow up lands. Useful for trying to grind out games whenever you're aggro, or blowing up necessary color lands that your opponents have to throw them off of their mana, especially if they're playing very, very tight and playing multiple colors. For multicolored stuff, we have Figure of Destiny, Putrid Leech, Quizali Pride Mage, we have Azorius Guild Mage, Baleful Strix, Jura of the Gitu, Knight of the Reliquary, Edric Spymaster of Trest, Trigon Predator, Boros Reckoner, Luxodon Smiter, Kitchen Finks, Shadow Mage Infiltrator, Geist of Saint Draft, Exaba, Rakdos Blood Witch, Olivia Voldaren, Huntmaster of the Fells, Bloodbraid Elf, Nemesis of Reason, Spiritmonger, Nath of the Gilt Leaf, Prophet of Krufix, just amazing card for limited. Planeswalkers, we have Ashiok Nightmare Weaver, Sorin Lord of Innistrad, Sarkon Vol, Johnny Vengeance, Vraskadon Scene. For other spells, we have the Abrupt Decay, Izzet Charm, Lightning Helix, Dreadbore, Terminate, Maelstrom Pulse, Putrefy, Detention Sphere, Mortify, Unmake, Fires of Yavimaya, Sphinx's Revelation, and Mirari's Wake for some ramp. So a pretty decent amount of removal in the multicolored section. A lot of powerful creatures overall, though, so you can always just kind of mix and match things as you're drafting with multicolored stuff. For artifacts and colorless spells, we have Spellskite, Solemn Simulacrum, Wormcoil Engine, Sundering Titan, Blightsteel Colossus, Ulamog the Infinite Gyre, and Emrakul the Aeon's Torn. Really easy to just pound those out onto the table with like Show and Tell, which is in here. We have Monk's Diamond, Engineered Explosives, Skull Clamp, Basilisk Collar, Soul Ring, Mana Vault, Aether Vial, Sensei's Divining Top, Runechanter's Pike, Umezawa's Jite. We have Isochron Scepter, Grim Monolith, Scroll Rack, which I think is a new addition, Mind Stone, Shrine of Burning Rage, Lightning Greaves, Oblivion Stone, Tangle Wire, Chromatic Lantern, a Coalition Relic, Basalt Monolith, Crucible of Worlds, Sword of Light and Shadow, Sword of Fire and Ice, Sword of Body and Mind, Sword of War and Peace, and I still think I don't have a Feast and Famine in here, which will probably be added later on. I'll end up swapping that out. Phyrexian Processor, we have Nevernull's Disc, Thran Dynamo, Icy Manipulator, Batter Skull, Gilded Lotus, and All Is Dust for some removal. So that is colorless stuff. Moving on to white. I think there were maybe 5 or 6 things that I added in for white. Isamaru, Hound of Konda, Loam Lion, we have Mother of Runes, Soldier of the Pantheon, Steplinks, White Knight, we have Whipcorder. Some of the older stuff's hard to see, especially like the Onslaught stuff. Stoneforge Mystic, Wall of Omens, 8.5 Tails, we have Fiendslayer Paladin, Blade Splicer, Miran Crusader, Mirror Entity, Flicker Wisp, Hikori Dust Drinker, we have Hero of Bladehold, Calciderm, Restoration Angel, Myria Angel, Sublime Archangel, Archangel of Thune, a lot of angels. Sometimes we have like these unnecessary kind of tribal themes going on for the different colors. Baneslayer Angel, Cloudboat Ranger, Karmic Guide, Sun Titan, Eternal Dragon, Elvish Norn Grand Cenobite, Chroma Angel of Wrath, Swords to Plowshares, Condemn, Path to Exile, Land Tax, which I need to get a Judge promo and swap that out, Balance, Journey to Nowhere, Unexpectedly Absent from the Commander decks, Lingering Souls, Ghostly Prison, Oblivion Ring, we have Aura of Silence, Faith's Fetters, Entreat the Angels, we have Armageddon, Angelic Destiny, Day of Judgment, Wrath of God, Chroma's Vengeance, Elspeth Knight Errant, Johnny Goldmane, and Gideon Jura. So that is white. Let's take a look at green. So for green we have Birds of Paradise, Noble Hierarch. We have Fyndhorn Elves, which is either Land of War Elves or Fyndhorn Elves. They're both the same thing for us in the cube. Wild Nacatl, Experiment 1, Tarmogoyf, Scavenging Ooze, Korean Dryad, Sylvan Caryatid, Albino Troll, Wild Mongrel, we have Werebear, Fauna Shaman, Omnath, Locus of Mana, Boon Satyr, Troll Ascetic. I always have to keep on like sliding things to make sure two things aren't sticking together. Eternal Witness, Wolfear Avenger, Yavimaya Elder, Master of the Wild Hunt, Wolfbriar Elemental, Chameleon Colossus, Vengevine, Blastoderm, Thrun the Last Troll, Oracle of Moldiah, Acidic Slime, Thraggy Tusk, Wolfear Silverheart, Ant Queen, Primeval Titan, Raging Baloths, Kamal Fist of Krosa, Avenger of Zendikar, Terastodon. Planeswalkers we have Garruk Wildspeaker, Garruk Relentless, and Garruk Primal Hunter. We have Rancor, Green Sun Zenith, Channel, Survival of the Fittest, Naturalize, Farseek, Bow of Nylea, Beast Within, Search for Tomorrow, Primeval Bounty, Summoning Trap, and Tooth and Nail. So, a fair bit of fatties in green. There's a little bit of ramping going on, but of course you have big things like Tooth and Nail that you just kind of get to smash people with. For red, we do actually have a tribal theme of goblins in here, and it does work towards a synergetic advantage if you're able to draft goblins. So we have Goblin Guide, Curd Ape, Grim Lavamancer, Stromkirk Noble, we have Kargon Dragonlord, Plated Geopede, Keldon Marauders, Slith Firewalker, we have Stormblood Berserker, Goblin Sharpshooter, Zozu the Punisher, Goblin Rune Blaster, Mindsparker, Jaya Ballard Task Mage. We have a Countryside Crusher, Krenko Mob Boss, probably like one of the most fun goblins to have in here. Hell Rider, Hero of Oxid Ridge, Flame Tongue Kavu, Keldon Champion, Lava Hounds. We have Avalanche Riders. Always feels like there's two cards put together for some reason. Siege Gate Commander, another great goblin in here. Zealous Conscripts, Thundermaw Hellkites, Stormbreath Dragon, Kazul Tyrant of the Cliffs, Inferno Titan, Ryusei the Falling Star, Akroma Angel of Fury, Bogarden Hellkites. Planeswalkers, I have Koth of the Hammer and Chandra the Firebrand. I ended up being a little bit tight on slots that I had open for red, so I ended up, I think, taking up Pyromaster. But I may put Pyromaster back in, because she is pretty good. Lightning Bolt, Burst Lightning, Devil's Play, Banefire, which it's hard to see because of that awesome altar from Card Kitty. Sudden Demise, Earthquake, Bonfire of the Damned, Fireball, Searing Spear, Incinerate, Ancient Grudge, just to blow up some artifacts because there are a lot of good ones in the cube. Goblin Assault, playing into goblins again, Sulfuric Vortex, Char, Hammer of Perforos, another new edition, which it's just awesome, giving everything haste. Sneak Attack, to cheat things out into play, and Active Treason, to be able to take things of your opponents, also at a instant speed. Active Treason is just awesome. So, that's red. Now let's jump over to blue. So, to start things off, we have Mr. Snaps, Snapcaster Mage. We have Coral Helm Commander. There aren't really any merfolks. There's no merfolk theme here, but it is a flying creature in blue whenever it's leveled. That's the basic reason why I have him in here. Willbender, Gilded Drake, True Name Nemesis. We do have merfolk, but again, no real theme to it. We have Echo Mage, Kira Great Glass Spinner, Serendib Efreet, Vendilion Click, we have Dungeon Geists, Clone, Glen Elendra Archmage, excuse me, Void Mage Husher, we have Tradewind Rider, Talran Sky Summoner, which I think I just added in, Muldrifter, Morphling, Aeon Chronicler, Vesuvian Shapeshifter, Frost Titan, Consecrated Sphinx, Arcanus the Omnipotent, Kaiga the Tidestar, and Aetherling. For Planeswalkers, we have Jace Bellerin, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Tamio the Moon Sage, and Jace Memory Adept. For other spells, we have Mystical Tutor, Ponder, Preordain, Syncopate. We have a counter spell, Boomerang, to return permanents, Impulse, Mana Leak, Show and Tell, Capsize, Ristic Study, Propaganda, Tinker, to be able to get our Bladesteel Colossus out and essentially cheat it out, Control Magic, Deep Analysis, Factor Fiction, Cryptic Command, Force of Will, Time Warp, Mind Control, Traumatize, and Bribery. So that is blue, and one section left. All we have to take a look at is black. So black has a lot of removal. Black is one of my favorite colors to draft, especially like black-green, but black has a lot of removal. So Dark Confidant, we have Gravekeeper of Malakir, Black Knight, Nantuko Shade, we have Nezumi Grave Robber, Withered Wretch, Vampire Nighthawk, Royal Assassin, Lifebane Zombie, Phyrexian Negator, Bone Shredder, Abyssal Persecutor, Skin Render, Desecration Demon, Plague Sliver, Miri the Cursed, Grinning Demon, Ashling the Extinguisher, Ink Eyes Servant of Oni, Grave Titan, Skeletal Vampire, Shieldred Whispering One, Avatar of Woe, Tombstalker, Gristlebrand, and for Planeswalkers, Liliana of the Veil and Liliana Vess. And then we have Entomb. We also have Reanimate. There's a lot of like graveyard recursion going on in here. Thoughtseize, Duress, Disfigure, Demonic Tutor, Doomblade, Go for the Throat, Hymn to Torok, Terror, Animate Dead, Black Sun Zenith, Recurring Nightmare, Phyrexian Arena, Toxic Deluge, Dismember, Hero's Downfall, Makeshift Mannequin, to bring things back at an instant speed, Damnation, just to blow everything up, Whip of Erebos, because lifelink to everything is just really, really nice, and being able to whip back things for 4 mana on the tap is really, really good and limited. Snuff Out for some more removal with the option of just paying life to cast it. Unburial Rites to bring things back, useful for like black, white, or Esper Reanimator in here. And Beacon of Unrest, the last card that we have, allowing us to bring back things from either our grave or our opponent's grave. So that is the updated cube here. The entire list, the entire cube is on TappedOut.net. There is a link in the description down below where you guys can check that out. I'm pretty sure you can also test the cube. You can test out like sample draft hands and whatnot, and you can mess around with that outside of being able to sort things by like color, type, and all that kind of fun stuff to take a look at everything in the cube. But yeah, if you're wondering what the entire list is, I do have it documented for you guys, so you can use it as a reference. You can start building it, you can tweak things and make it your own. Cube is like one of the best formats that Magic the Gathering has. It's one of the most fun things to do. If you haven't done it before, I would definitely suggest that you go and start building a cube, even if it is just commons and uncommons and whatnot. It's very fun to do, and it's a great way to play the game with a lot of really powerful cards, or cards that you want to put together and have opponents clash with. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it if you liked the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. Check out the links in the description to my Facebook page, Twitter page, and my other YouTube channel. But otherwise, guys, thank you for watching, and have yourselves a wonderful, fun-filled Magic the Gathering day.